Welcome to another Tuesday, another live stream. Busy day, busy week, busy everything. Not just for me, but probably for everyone. As you can see, it looks a little bit crazy back there. Still putting things back together. So we'll see. October 28th, 3 more days till Halloween. Let's see who shows up. Oh, man. Got a lot of stuff to fix. Oh. I've pretty much been out of the loop on any kind of news, anything. I don't know really what's going on. I've just been like kind of off the internet and pop culture since probably Wednesday or Thursday. So whoever's on needs to tell me what's going on. Anything announced? Haven't even had a chance to like watch new rock stars or anybody like that. Yeah. It's been crazy. Ooh. Michelle Icom 5542. What is going on? The Good Place, I think, I'll tell you right now. And that's another thing I'm kind of delayed on because of busyness. But the last episode I watched of The Good Place was Chidi's Choice. Devastating episode. So my plan right now is to watch season 1, episode 11 tomorrow. And it'll definitely be on Patreon in the afternoon, I'm guessing. And then I'm thinking it might hit YouTube for my member tier tomorrow evening, and then public for everyone Thursday morning. But I also have to watch One Punch Man. But yeah, I love that. I'm loving freaking Good Place. I'm glad everyone suggested. So, Michelle, I'm guessing you watched the entire series so far? Oh, man. NBC Universal is not very friendly when it comes to monetizing their videos, man. Good Place and Brooklyn Nine-Nine, man, they get demonetized every episode. Probably means I have to put less footage. You can't wait till I get to season 2. Do you mean like you can't wait till I get to season 2 because season 2 is really good? Or you can't wait till I get to season 2 because the ending of season 1 is so good? I'm assuming both. Because season 1 is really good. I love these characters. There's always like little twists. Repeatedly respawning. What is going on? They're all really good. Yeah, I've heard really good things. From the time I started this channel, which was 2022, I haven't really been watching a lot of new shows. I react to a lot of things that have already come out. So there's a lot of stuff to watch and it's easier. But I think even back then, people who were watching my Atlanta reactions and community reactions and stuff like that were always telling me, yo, you gotta watch The Good Place. And there were just so many other shows that I had on my list to put before it. I finally got a chance to do it 10 weeks ago because I watch an episode a week. So it was, 4, 8, 10. So it's almost going to be 3 months. And correct me if I'm wrong, season 1 has 12 episodes? So I think I have 3 more left, or does it have 14? Which is another reason why I really like The Good Place, not just because it's really good, but I really like that it's a quick 10, 11, 12 episode season, right? I appreciate things like Community that are 23 episodes, and they sometimes have like the episodes that really don't mean anything. They're just funny. I like that. Brooklyn Nine-Nine has a lot of that, but I also appreciate this where there's no room to breathe. True, what is going on? Welcome. I made it. As you can see, Michelle and repeatedly respawning. This isn't what my background usually looks like. I just switched apartments and I don't have anything really set up. I basically have my computer desk set up here and I still got to get my lights connected. I have a ton of stuff in a box over there. So I'm not a professional channel, but I look a little bit better than what I'm presenting today. Repeatedly says they're all pretty short, 12 to 13, and the story seems to have a very clear arc and doesn't get bad like some other shows that have aired. That's another thing that people have said, is that because of the condensed episodes and how, like you said, they don't really stray. It's the story is the story. And I think it's 4 or 5 seasons. Like it's all there, all wrapped up in a bow. And they didn't like drag it on like some things where it's a really good show, but they go for like 20 years or whatever, just because people watch it. And sometimes the quality doesn't stay. So, yeah. Like I said, I love it. The cast is great. And I didn't really know much about it. The only thing I really knew when someone first said, and I like just looked up the picture or whatever, I just remember that, what's her name? Oh my God. I know Ted Danson and, oh my God, the woman's name slips my mind. It's Kristen, right? Something. I knew they were in it. And what I try to do on my channel is I really do try to find diverse shows and movies with diverse casts rather than like just watching stuff that there's just all white people in it, you know? So maybe subconsciously that's why I didn't start it. I didn't know that Jamila Jamil was in it and that Manny Jacinto was in it. I don't know the person who plays Chidi before he was on this, but the cast is amazing. Kristen Bell, that's it. Repeatedly also says, not sure if you know this, that this was actress that plays Tahani's first acting gig, which is quite impressive. It is funny because I know her from a lot of other stuff. Like she's huge now, and I didn't watch the show back then, so that's nice. And it's also nice when it comes to Manny Jacinto, where people who have watched The Good Place get like not freaked out, but they get so, I don't know the word, but seeing him go from that character to the acolyte, right? They're like, oh my God, he's really come a long way. For me, it's funny because I have never watched this, and I did watch The Acolyte, seeing where he is now to where he started. His acting chops are so good. I did know she was Anna from Frozen. I just always forgot her name. Repeatedly says they've not seen him in anything else. You've never watched The Acolyte, the Star Wars show? It unfortunately only has 1 season. It was really good. I don't think they're renewing it. I doubt it. But he plays the villain in that. And his shirt is off a lot of the time. So if you think he's a snack, you will watch the show just for him, as many people probably have. Repeatedly has only seen the very first movie of Star Wars. That's all I've seen. Oh, well, to be honest, you really don't need to watch anything because in the lore, like the timeline, I think The Acolyte is like the first thing. Even though it came out last year, I think timeline-wise, it's before all the live action stuff. So you actually wouldn't be confused. Oh, Michelle said, 4 seasons and you will need tissue in the best way. Oh, man. Waterworks. Repeatedly says, oh, wait. Okay, you saw the movie on a date and your date fell asleep. So are you saying you saw the first movie that ever came out, or the first movie like in chronological order, like episode 1? Because that came out in like 1999, I think, or something. But I think if you were laughing at the effects, you're probably thinking of the first one that used a lot of stop motion and practical and stuff like that. It's funny. I know people who love Star Wars and there are people who hate Star Wars, but I've never heard anyone fall asleep during a Star Wars. He says, no, old movie. Yeah. A funny thing I remember talking about special effects is when HD TVs first came out, and I don't know what it's called, but I think it's like, I don't know, the thing that they tell you to turn off, like motion blur or refresh. Everyone tells you like the first thing you should do when you get a TV is to turn this off so it looks correct. So back then, no one really knew. And I do remember watching, like, I think it was The Mummy with The Rock in it. And I remember watching it, and the picture was so clear that you could kind of see where a special effect, something was going to happen. And you could see it before it happened. Kind of like old cartoons where the animation is really, really old. And like if they're walking in front of a brick wall, one of the bricks, you could clearly see they drew it differently because it's going to move or it's going to open in a frame or two. I remember that watching, like, I think it was The Mummy, and just looking in the background, like something is going to happen over there. And then like something starts crumbling. Repeatedly says, well, it was his movie and we were laying down on the couch. Oh, okay. I thought he fell asleep in the theater. That's pretty funny though. But I have not said welcome to Screen Sanctum repeatedly respawning. And Michelle, you guys are the first two new people I've had on a live stream in a while. So I'm curious, I don't, not like a book, but if you want to tell me a little bit about yourselves, like what you're into, shows, where you're from, things like that, and how you found me, because no one has found me in a really long time. I'm guessing maybe through The Good Place, but I don't think my live streams really get that much reach. Michelle says, they fell asleep to my comfort shows like The Good Place. Yeah, I think I'm trying to, which show would I watch that I could fall asleep to? It's a good question. Probably Community. I think I could do that. I couldn't say The Good Place because any episode that I watch, I have never seen it before. So I think I could fall asleep to Community. Repeatedly says, yep, Good Place. I've seen you live stream, but haven't really checked in yet during them. Well, like I said, welcome. Typically every Tuesday, 7 p.m. I go live. I have my regular 8 to 9 people who typically show up every week. True Seattleite, who is on right now, is one of them. And then there's some others. So a lot of times it's just us talking, but every once in a while we'll get some new people, and it's fun because it's always nice to meet new people. And if you really pay attention, approximately every quarter or every 3 or 4 months, I've done it twice. I typically have a subathon, which I call the Shotsathon, where I try to, well, what you do on a subathon, raise money and try to earn more subscribers by super chats, earn a shot. So every time someone gives a super chat, I have to drink. And they've been pretty successful and it's fun. So repeatedly, I have something on Bot Tricks where people earn points on my live stream. I don't exactly know how it works. It's just fun for people to level up, and I could say congratulations and go to the soundboard, which doesn't seem to be working right now. Oh, here it is. And give you an applause. Repeatedly is from Texas. Used to love it here, not so much anymore. Love Good Place, and it's always so fun watching people's journey through it. Also love Severance. Severance was so good. Boys in Gen V I haven't seen yet. I like to game. I wouldn't consider myself a big gamer because I typically play the most popular games, not because they're popular. I just happen to play those. So Assassin's Creed, Ghost of Tsushima, Ghost of Yotei, Star Wars Outlaws, Grand Theft Auto. What else do I play? I love feudal Japan games, and there's so many coming out that luckily they're coming out next year, but I really enjoy those. So yeah. Repeatedly says, "Yay, go me." Sounds like you a gamer. I guess it's fun. When I first started playing video games back in the day, Xbox 360, I only played sports games. I wasn't good at video games. All I played was like the show, baseball, Madden. And then I remember the first non-sports game one of my old friends had told me to play. And I remember I was like, all I do is play sports games. If there was like another type of game that you think I would enjoy, what would it be? And he told me to play Borderlands, the first one. This was, I think, 2 years after Borderlands came out. Might have been more because when I bought it, I bought a used Game of the Year edition. So it had already won Game of the Year, and that edition had come out, and I was able to buy it used. And that was the first game. I love Borderlands. I forgot to mention that. Michelle says they're absolutely ADHD addicted to Buffy, Angel, Game of Thrones, and that world. Supernatural, Good Place, Boys, and Gen V. So I haven't watched Buffy. I know what it is, obviously. Angel, Game of Thrones. I haven't watched Game of Thrones either. Shocking, right? Yeah, Xbox 360 was the first system that I personally owned myself that I purchased. I remember my brothers had one of them. I mean, they're way older, so they had like Atari and stuff like that. Oddly enough, we never had Nintendo. We did have a Sega Master System, and then one of my brothers had like PlayStation from 1 on, and then I had a Xbox 360. Then I bought an original Xbox, which I still have at my dad's house in New York. It is modded, so it has every Nintendo game, every Super Nintendo game, every Atari game, every Genesis game. Like, it has everything on it. I have to ship it to myself. But then I used to play MVP baseball, and then the show, Sony, got exclusive rights to baseball, so I switched to PlayStation 3, I believe. And then I started playing Borderlands and all that stuff. Kim's Convenience. Me and the Kind Assassin, we watched the first 2 episodes like a month ago. Oh my God, it was so funny. There are sometimes like that show I would love to react to, but sometimes I want a show, obviously, like just for myself that I can enjoy. But oh man, the first 2 episodes were perfect. Repeatedly recommends The Boys. I think the Kind Assassin has watched The Boys. Repeatedly had original Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega. I never had a Genesis either. Funny. Yeah, I never had that. My brother had a Saturn, I think. GameCube, PS2, PS3, PS4, PS5, and Switch. I have a Switch over there somewhere. I don't really play it anymore. I've been getting into cozy games lately. The Kind of True Seattleite and some other of my regulars had mentioned months ago Coral Island, like maybe 6 months ago. And I just had never even looked into it. And then maybe 2 months ago, we were talking about it and I downloaded it. We love that game. So when I'm tired of like killing people in samurai games and I just want to relax, I play Coral Island. Michelle is level 1. Michelle says it's currently 2 a.m. for me as I'm in England. Oh, wow. So I have someone else that is in Amsterdam. So I really appreciate you being on. If you hop by most Tuesdays at the same time, I know that's really late and you should be sleeping, but I have one of my regulars. Their name is Lathias on YouTube, and they are from Amsterdam. So I think for him, right now it's like 4 a.m. Repeatedly says Stardew Valley is a great cozy game too. I did see that one. That one reminded me a little bit of like the original Nintendo, like Link, Legend of Zelda. That's kind of what it reminded me of, especially with some mods. Oh, so you're a real gamer. If you're talking about mods, you're on PC, I'm assuming. Because, yeah, I do not play PC. I'm not cool. Oh, man. Oh, Stardew is on PC. It's cool, though. I wouldn't be able to do it. Obviously, I wouldn't be able to create mods, but I do think it's neat that, and I'm making this up, I feel like if you're playing like Star Wars Outlaws on PC, obviously a Star Wars game, some of those people could probably put characters in the game that aren't even in the game, like skins and stuff. Like, that's cool. Michelle says they work at the airport. Oh, I feel you. That airport life. Where is True Seattleite? Sometimes True is playing. They also got me on Palia. I started it. I've only played a little bit, but typically True is on live with us while playing Palia. She is PC as well. I think she has a Steam Deck. And all because they love the game and so many people benefit. It is crazy because I'm sure they do it free. Like the amount of time it takes to mod a game, you have to love it or get paid heavily. Oh, there was a cool thing that I saw, and I don't know if this is a mod, but we were watching YouTube videos about video games, and in the algorithm, we were getting a lot of Hogwarts Legacy stuff. And it was like, the title would be Hogwarts Legacy Great Hall Walkthrough. And it wasn't the game. It was just a walkthrough of the entire building. And I'm like, there's no way you could do that on PlayStation. Like, I don't think there's a mode where you could do that. And I'm guessing someone modded the game to do that, which is neat. Boomhauer's here. So that makes this the Boomhauer hour to everyone new when Boom shows up. Boom, also one of my Tuesday regulars. So yeah, the modding community is pretty dope. I think Boom might have played original Nintendo and stuff like that and Atari like I did. We were just talking about like some of the systems that we've owned, and I was saying how I personally never owned an original Nintendo or a Super Nintendo. But Boomhauer, when you were a kid, did you have like Atari, Nintendo, and all that? I'm tired. As you can see, Boom, there's a lot going on back there, unfinished. Just had a apartment move quick and just haven't gotten everything set up yet. But luckily I got all of this set up because I did not want to not be here, because Tuesday at 7 p.m. is one of my favorite times. Pong, yep. Okay, so Boom did have an Atari 26. True had an Atari and all the Nintendo. True is a gamer. True is a real gamer. Yeah, we found in our complex, like literally the same apartment, but on the top floor in a different building. So we had to grab it. But it was tiring. But we're good. That's why I've been really late on like Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I just posted this morning at 6 a.m. That should have been up on Friday or Saturday. Tomorrow I'll be able to watch Good Place. Maybe I'll be able to watch One Punch Man tomorrow. Probably Thursday. We'll see. Repeatedly, what floor are you on? The top floor in this complex is the 6th. Oh, the Jaguar. One of my other brothers wanted to get a Jaguar. I don't remember if he did, but we didn't. Boom said he had everything till the 360, nothing since. Damn. Oh, Michelle. Okay, cool. I was born in 79, but December. So I think me, you, Boom, and True are all around the same age. Whenever her little brother got a game system, I got to play it. Oh, so damn, they got your little brother systems and not you? Your parents were trolling. Repeatedly says, oh, I'm a little younger, but not much in terms. 88. Okay. So this is, I think, in my algorithm, I think the most people I attract, like even on my videos, I think is like 25 to 35. Shira's here. Oh, we got some new folks. Shira is the resident. I don't know what Lathias would say, but we love Shira. We never have a bad thing to say about her or anyone. It's hot as hell in here. I was able to get my Echo devices connected. I kept the same internet provider because basically I have to. No one else is here. But the last time I used my own router, a TP-Link, and this time they said with the plan that I get a free router. So Spectrum gave me one, but for some reason, when you create a password, you can't use special characters. And every time I switch, I always have the same exact internet username and password. So I don't have to do anything. I get a new cable modem and a new router, same info, everything connects. But unfortunately, this time I couldn't. So I had to connect all my smart lights again. Pain in the ass. Repeatedly says, yeah, I've been spamming a bit. Sorry. No spamming. Shira says, they keep me in the dungeon where I could do no harm to others. She just doesn't tell you what kind of dungeon she likes to be in. That's what she doesn't tell you. Oh. So hopefully Chris is doing well. Chris is someone else. Typical regular, though he is East Coast. So I know for Michelle it's 2 a.m., but in New York it is 10:30. And yeah, sometimes we catch Chris if I start a little bit early. Repeatedly says, oh, is it maybe a dungeon that has been on the boys? Boom says, unlocks the dungeon and hands Shira a whip. Go get him. Dungeons are where you can cause lots of trouble. Oh my God. For all the regulars, the kind assassin says hello, extremely tired, as am I. So, yeah, probably won't be seeing her for a while. She's got a lot work and stuff. So, but she says hello. Shira says, I like where your mind's at, Boom. Dude, Boomhauer, your message, giggity, is held for review. This YouTube is embarrassing. That's a show. YouTube is embarrassing. How is giggity blocked? This is what I say to YouTube.
Stupid bitch doesn't even know. She is gonna get the best bottle of wine of her stupid bitch life.
Yeah. Now Shira's got blocked. Wow, maybe it's a naughty giddy. This is, yeah, it's so stupid. I don't get that at all. But at least I have the setting where I could, yeah, giggity got blocked again. But at least I fixed it, because before, remember, I had this setting on I don't care, anything goes, but nothing went through. And at least now I could hit the button and make it go through. YouTube Shane repeatedly said, what about Giggity Goo? Apparently Giggity Goo is fine because that made it through. Giggity Goo made it through. So repeatedly and Michelle I'm just trying to think of some of the shows that I've watched to see if you've watched them. Muppets Mayhem, so good. Atlanta. I got to go into my friggin' playlist because my memory is shot from being old. One Punch Man. Why? Oh, I got to do this. Community, Last of Us, Arcane, I got to get back into. Solo Leveling is really good. Invincible. Skeleton Crew, Tales of the Ninja Turtles, Creature Commandos. What We Do in the Shadows. If you like comedy and you haven't watched What We Do in the Shadows, that's one. Michelle says, just because you mentioned New Rockstars earlier, I just watched the video they just put out of the Welcome to Derry. I have not seen that yet. I still haven't seen It Part 1 or 2, the new ones. I think I saw the older one, but if I had more time, because for Halloween, actually, damn, I don't know if it's going to be Halloween, Saturday, Sunday, or maybe next week, just because all the stuff we're doing this week, we might be too tired. We, or just me, we're planning on watching both Nosferatu's back-to-back live. So I'm not sure when it's going to be yet, but just keep an eye out. Like they say, hit that notification bell so you know when I'm going to watch it. Do you like Invincible? I do. I really do. I caught that one late. Season 1 and 2, I watched back-to-back. And then season 3, I watched live. Shira says, that's the IT series, right, Michelle? Oh, I'm an idiot. I thought it was like IT Crowd. Oh, which is funny because when someone told me to watch the IT Crowd, I thought it was the It Crowd, and I thought it was a TV show about popular kids. What is wrong with me? Also, repeatedly, and Michelle, I do a lot of giveaways to keep an eye on. Mostly recently, it's been like digital codes for 4K movies and stuff. But I did like a popcorn bucket giveaway, the Headpool one. So I think I don't know if it's going to be the next one, but I will be giving this away. If you like Marvel movies and you saw the Marvels, it's a Flurkin sipper. So yeah, this might be the next big one, maybe in November. And this, Shira says, wait, that's the egg it came in. Yeah, and you know what's kind of funny? I bought this on the opening night, and when you buy it, it had a wrapper, and oh, now it fell on the floor. It had a wrapper that told you what it was, and it basically spoiled the movie. The sipper spoiled the movie because, like, if you've seen the movie, then you know why this would spoil it. But I don't know the significance of the gold one. If I research and this is worth $1 million, then I'm not giving it away. So Flurkin goes back. Yeah. Repeatedly said, who wants to win the broken toy? I'm going to delete this live. You have no proof. Cher said, oh no, you dropped the kitty. Oh God. What a whoopsie fail to have. Oh God. Shira never drops a kitty. The golden kitty is a nod to the golden age of the MCU. Probably. Oh my God, that was funny. Who wants to win the broken toy? I could see it now. put the giveaway on my website, link it to YouTube, and repeatedly is like, is that the one you dropped on the floor? Shira says, heck no, I grabbed the kitty for dear life. You heard it here. You heard it here first, folks. Oh my God, I'm dying. I needed a good laugh like that. Oh, Boom says, Golden Kitty sounds like a femme fatale in a Bond movie. We should create our own franchise, and that's our first. We don't have a title, so the equivalent of a Bond girl would be Golden Kitty. So let's create this. Michelle says, proof that it's durable. See, now that is very true. Shira posted a Golden Kitty. Oh my God. And then for also repeatedly and Michelle, at some point I will be putting this together live. That'll be fun. Kitty can take any impact. Shira would know. Damn, if only we had Kira here today. Repeatedly says, Dear Jesus, there's someone I want to put in my prayers. Oh, God. Boom says, wait, which kind of kitty are we talking about? I think we know what kind Shira's talking about. But yeah, oh God, if Kira was here going like back and forth with Shira, it would have been chaos. I probably would have had to approve many of the messages. Dirty, dirty girl. I pray for my country every day, as do we all. Oh my God. Repeatedly says, those are canceled. Haven't you heard? Oh God, please don't even joke like that. Michelle is ADHD. I don't know. I know usernames are usernames, and yours says Michelle. I don't like to assume, but should I say when I'm like reading your stuff, like she, like repeatedly respawning, very gender fluid username, so works, but yeah, I don't like to mislabel people. Boom says, not sure there's going to be any more of those frivolous little things, and we're all moving into our own little house, and it'll be like social media live stream. Michelle says, I come is my surname. Oh, I thought it was something like Michelle, here I come. Like here, that's cool. So it's literally your full name. 5542. Repeater says, perfect. That's what I was going for. Hard agree. Holy cow. Oh my God. This message is held for review. I'm going to click show right now. And this is ridiculous. It's what repeatedly just wrote. This is what was flagged. That's her pin. Why? I don't get YouTube. Michelle says, like Mighty Mouse. She says, anyone watch G-Force Guardians of Space? I found the set of the old cartoon on DVD. I've never heard of that. G-Force. Also, I just want to look up the Marvel's Flirkin Gold Sipper. It says rare gold sipper. It says rare. Let's see. Is it worth anything? According to eBay, it's rare, of course. Yeah, I don't know. Don't know. Repeatedly says, no way. Boom says, what part of Texas you in repeatedly? I'm near Houston. I'm out in Red Country, San Angelo. I lived in Austin for about 10 years. Shira says, kitty is rare. Kitty is rare. Kitty has claws. Boom says, holy shit, Shira, that was one of my two favorite cartoons as a little kid, G-Force and Star Blazers. Damn, man. I don't remember those. I remember cartoons like Centurions. I do remember the tunes of Mighty Mouse. Yep. I do. I used to watch, I mean, yes, I definitely used to watch Mighty Mouse. And obviously Looney Tunes. We were watching some old ones, and everyone remembers Speedy Gonzales, but they were showing clips of his cousin Slowpoke Rodriguez. Oh my God. Like, I remembered that character, but I forgot how he was able to defend himself being so slow. One, he had hypnotism eyes. I forgot that if Sylvester would pick him up, he would zap him in the eyes and then he could tell him what to do. And two, he carried a full-size human gun and he would just shoot him in the face. Boom says, at least it's the pretty hill country. Austin ain't what it used to be. Keep Austin weird is just a memory. It's nice. We got two Houston. Boom says, I flippin' love Slowpoke. He'll shoot your ass. And that was blocked by YouTube. That was so funny. The reason why I never forgot him is because just randomly at random times, I would just be like, just say like, La cucaracha, like he would when he's walking. It just makes me laugh. Shira says, everything's bigger in Texas, or so they say. That's why Boomhauer is 30 feet tall. Repeatedly, his hometown had the biggest Taco Bell at one point. Oh, I gotta say, repeatedly, Michelle, I really hope you guys show up most Tuesdays. All right. This was flagged from Shira. I'll have to search for Banana Man from the 80s. That sounds like an adult film series. Oh, man. Boom says, and I read you're in England, Michelle. Yeah, I mentioned to her Lathias. So we have two peeps over the pond. Though I think it's a little bit later where Lathias is, I think. True. I wish Lathias would have been on today to talk about his hangout. Michelle says it's a kid's cartoon. Oh, let's look up Banana Man. Oh, it's a British animated series. Oh my God. His costume looks like Batman, Superman, and Daredevil all rolled into one. 3 seasons of Banana Man. He gets his strength from eating bananas. Before he eats a banana, Banana Man is a young boy called Eric who is keen to keep his alter ego a secret. That is wild. Shira says, are you? Nice. The UK, amazing. Maybe we can all escape there. I bring a degree and great customer service skills. Same. I'm pretty good with customer service and manual labor. If anyone needs anything labored manually. Yeah, so Banana Man meets Dr. Gloom. House on Hangman's Hill. Auntie's back in town. The Last Banana. It's funny. I gotta try to find this. If I could find like the pilot, maybe I'll watch it live. Shira says, "Did you hear Screen Sanctum that Chris Evans had a baby?" I did not hear that. He's now a true daddy. Repeatedly says, "Chris cheated on me." Oh, Chris. I mean, repeated, you're going to fit in here nicely. Oh, that gets... that. Repeated says, "Oh, geez. Tahani in The Good Place made a joke about British TV. I honestly don't remember when. It was the last episode. She was sitting with Eleanor because she wanted to do something that she likes. And they watched that TV show. And she said something like, "Oh, this show is on for like 13 years. There's about 5 episodes," or something like that, which was a great joke because obviously, yes, British sitcoms are usually like Sherlock, 3 episodes, an hour and a half. It was so, that was perfect. British TV is a unique creature, but it always has you wanting more. I, for one, love Sherlock. I know there's a lot of people who just like it, and then there's some people who just don't like it. But I think because it was 3 episodes, once it went off, I just immediately wanted more. Shira says, "The show reminded me of Simply Fabulous meets The Odd Couple." I wonder if that show that they were watching was a real show. Shearer says, "Plus, British television shows never overextend themselves with 26 episodes and 10 seasons. They know when to properly end." Yeah. And then you get, like, I don't know, back then when Sherlock came out, I don't think Benedict Cumberbatch was Benedict Cumberbatch back then, like gigantic superstar. And Martin Freeman, I think he had already been in what, Lord of the Rings, right? Wasn't he in that? Yeah, but by the time season 4 finally got made, like you weren't getting both of them back at the same time for even if for only 3 episodes. It's like impossible. But I will say the stupidest thing I think they did was kill Moriarty in it. That was, oh man. But again, that guy's name is that Adam Scott? I always get him mixed up with the guy from Severance, but he's another guy who's probably impossible to get like all 3 of them. Boom says, "Speaking of Brit TV, RIP Prunella Scales. Nothing will ever be better than Faulty Towers." I never, wait, actually I have heard of that. There is a British show. Oh, here's something for Michelle. The British show that I used to watch as a kid, Count Duckula. Oh, I love Count Duckula. Repeatedly, Adam Scott is from Severance. And who's the one from Sherlock? That's, what the hell is his name? Another, oh, repeatedly is level 2. Gotta go back. I'm not as quick on the soundboard as I should be. Oh, God. So, yeah, I used to watch that as a kid, Count Duckula. And the show that I want to watch, because I love Mr. Bean, is Black Adder. Andrew Scott. There you go. See, I honestly forgot that they both had names that started with A. Do I know the voice of Count Duckula? I do not know the voice of Count Duckula. Don't tell me Benny Hill. Another British show I used to watch when I shouldn't have been as a kid. But then when you come to find out that Benny Hill in real life was gay, it makes the show even funnier. Boom, really enjoyed Allo Allo. There used to be a YouTube channel that had every episode of Count Duckula on it, and I had it to watch, and it finally got taken down. I couldn't believe it was up for so long. The guy from Only Fools and Horses, Del Boy, repeatedly says Mr. Bean was the British show he watched when he was a kid. I saw someone post on, I think, Twitter or social media. They were like, when you swear you've watched 100 episodes of Mr. Bean and you realize there was only 12. Like, as a kid, I felt like I watched 1,000 episodes of Mr. Bean. And it's true, there was only like 12 episodes. Or something like that. It just felt like there were so many. Oh, Mr. Bean. Kira is here. Better late than never. Kira, you join. We have 2 new members of the chat today. We have Michelle from England and repeatedly respawning from Texas. Oh my God, my freaking chair is going all over the place. Oh man, oh man. Texas. That's how my uncle used to pronounce it. Texas. Oh, Kira got here with 8 minutes to go. But Kira, we know, is very, very busy with some serious school stuff. So I hope that is all going well. Do you have any updates there, or is still just keeping on? We've been talking about some British shows the last 10 years. Texas. Sheer says, oh, true. How did I not see you were here? Maybe it's the medicine. Maybe it's the alcohol. Where is my voice changer? I like playing with these things. Boom is here as well. Oh, I forgot to ask Boom, how was the old kitchen today? Crazy day, normal day? Today was not bad for me. Tomorrow might be a really quick day for me, which is nice because I'm kind of tired. And if I get home early, I might be able to knock out 2 shows. Shira says she wishes this was booze because I need a prescription for this. Damn. What are you dressing up for as Halloween? Unfortunately, I never dress up. And I like Halloween, but we're not going out to any parties, but when eventually I do my Halloween Nosferatu live stream, maybe I could think of something. We were thinking about, because I am bald basically, shaving my head and my beard and dressing up as One Punch Man. Kira says, hitting the sauce again or pharmaceutical? Sure. Boom says, deceptively busy. I feel like deceptively busy are those days where, for me anyway, there's not like a rush, in jobs where things are consistent and then it's like an hour of nonstop chaos rather than just 8 hours of just nonstop, just going. But it's just like so fluid. You kind of don't get tired and the day goes by, but it was really busy. Repeatedly says, please don't get rid of the beard. Oh, Yeah, I don't think that's ever going to happen. But since you really not sure, I don't think you know me well. Every couple of months, I do dye my beard. So I will be dyeing my beard again around November. I think the Sunday is the 9th. So on the live stream of the 11th of November, my beard will be dyed. Kira says, shave the beard, but grow the Magnum PI mustache. I could do that, and I could either be Magnum PI or I could be one of the Rescue Rangers. Wasn't that Rescue Ranger based on Magnum PI? Michelle says, Halloween is better than Christmas. Ooh. I would probably agree. Not that I don't like Christmas, but I was born on Christmas, so Christmas was nothing to me as a kid. It was my birthday, right? So repeatedly says, was it purple or green? I had it purple, and I also did have it once purple and green at the same time. The last time it was, what did I do? Oh, last time it was green. And the next time it's going to be purple because I've tried like every shade and I really like how the purple looks. Shira says, heck yeah, we need a month of Halloween. Boom says, that's basically it. Busy all day, but extra busy during lunch. And I also have to do my yearly Nightmare Before Christmas rewatch. That I usually don't do live. Though I think actually last year I did. Shira's got blocked. She says, you can dress up in slutty attire for Christmas like you can with Halloween. You can't. I mean, you could dress up as a slutty Santa Claus or Mrs. Claus for Christmas. Boom says, am I the same? And I am the same, Steve. Christmas Eve, baby. How do we not know this? We've been talking for like 3 years. Boom is Christmas Eve. Yeah, like the thing that I hated, and boom, I don't forgive my memory. I'm sure you have told me if you had siblings. I have 2 older brothers. So one of them is born in August, and then my oldest is born December 28th. So they're like 7 years older than me. So the thing as a kid that I just could not understand is one, like, why my brother born in August got gifts twice a year, right? So August was come around and he's getting presents and I'm getting nothing. And then December comes around and on my birthday, he's getting presents. And then my other brother's getting presents. But then 3 days later on his birthday, I get nothing. Like that is what I couldn't grasp. Kira says, Annie dressed up in a nice Santa. Oh my God, I remember that. Repeatedly says, their uncle was a Christmas baby. My condolences, new friend. Yeah. You know who else was born on Christmas? If you follow baseball, this is the only person that I know was born on Christmas. Ricky Henderson. Christmas is expensive. Halloween is fantastic. That makes sense. Boom says, also never had a birthday party. I had one. I remember this. One, my mom took me to McDonald's and we invited all my friends. 2 people showed up. Not obviously not on Christmas, but you know, close to it, but people are busy. And I literally remember it because I remember getting home and we were playing Sega Master System. And I think we were playing Tommy Lasorda baseball. Repeatedly says, did you get bigger, better presents on Christmas though? I actually don't remember. I do remember I got enough. I never was sad at the amount that I got. It's just I didn't get presents twice a year. Shira says, this Christmas I'll knock on people's doors and say, trick or treat as I rob them. Come knock on our door. You could rob us of all of our candy. Boom says, God, her line about diminishing at the end of that bit was so funny. I think I missed something. Oh, talking about the Santa outfit with Jeff. Repeater says, I follow zero sports and only a little bit of Kansas City because my cousin and her roomie are obsessed. Because, Taylor Swift. Yeah. Basically, Ricky Henderson is the greatest leadoff hitter of all time, basically. And I don't know why I know he's born on Christmas. I just know. But I could be wrong. Ricky Henderson birthday. Okay, Ricky Henderson was born December 25th, 1958. So he is 21 years older than me. It's crazy watching people's careers like in full. Like Derek Jeter, he's even like 6 years older than me, I think. I think he's in his 50s already. So, but like watching people younger than you, like LeBron James, he's, 3 years younger than me? Like I remember when he was 17 getting drafted. I think I was 21 and he's still playing. It's crazy. But look at the time. It is 8:01. And typically I go for an hour every Tuesday. Sometimes you could catch us playing video games and you guys said you were gamers. Yeah, you could catch us Assassin's Creed Shadows, Ghost of Yotei maybe. Assassin's Creed Mirage is getting new DLC in November, I think. So we'll be playing that again. Coral Island we live stream. So if you see me or the Kind Assassin, say hi. Hopefully you guys subbed. It would be really cool. Trying desperately to grow. It's really difficult on here. Michelle says, one of the origins of Halloween was the belief that it was the time of the year that loved ones who had passed could return in spirit. That is pure. Repeatedly says, oh no, are you breaking up with us for tonight? I am. My goal is obviously to be able to like grow, to not have to work a job. And then I could live stream every night, which would be cool. But unfortunately, I got a couple of hours to wind down and then wake up and go to work in the morning. So giggity goo indeed. Kira says, grow, I tell you, grow. See, this is why I don't want to leave. Boom says, see you next week. Yes, it was excellent to meet you, Michelle, and repeatedly. Again, I hope you guys enjoy my reactions in the live and that you sub, and we see you here most every week. Would be cool. We always have fun. And as I said, keep an eye out for video game live streams and my watch parties. I try to do a lot of watch parties. I haven't picked a personal one yet. The last one I did was, I think, Sonic 3. But, we watched Men in Tights live. So we have fun. We did the Lego movie live, I think, 2 weeks ago. So it'll be cool. But yes, thank you all for hopping on. It was fun. I appreciate you all. And I will see you on the next one. Peace, guys.